everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel. I am going through something personal and I'm finding it very therapeutic to make the goal of doing a reading a day, and we'll see how long it goes. And some of them might be short and some of them might be longer. So this is about someone who ghosted you, and I'm just gonna try to do a 3-card pull, but then we'll do a contextualization card, so it might be actually, I guess, 4 cards. So in the past, this relationship was, it says 6 of Cups. There was a lot about nostalgia. Maybe you both had things in common concerning your upbringing. Maybe you grew up in a similar place, or things about the connection were not only romantic, but like brought forward this innocence and this caretaking in each person, and also ability to feel. So in the past there was an sort of like a chakra or heart opening for each person, and there was maybe innocence, and I'm getting that each person was like nostalgic in some sense in the interactions. I don't know why. Maybe as I said, they could have grown up in a similar way or similar place, but also maybe these two talked a lot about the past in a way that was healing for both of them. Like maybe they went over some past things for each person. Okay, in the present we have the 6 of Swords reversed. So this is about moving on from an emotional situation. It could be a painful ending here when it's in reversed. Moving on from something that was disappointing, because the 5 of Cups is disappointment, and then the 6 of Cups it shows someone on a boat leaving. So it's about sorry. I mean, the 6 of Swords is about someone on a boat leaving. I knew I got that wrong. The 6 of Cups is about sort of romance, and even youthful romance. And then maybe both of you were more youthful. Maybe time has elapsed and you both were like literally younger. Like there's been some time that's gone by. Like this isn't like a short, like you've known each other. So you both were literally younger and like maybe more naive and maybe seeing the world differently. And then the present is there's a painful moving on. And as I said, this is shown usually as a person in a boat leaving. And then the future of this situation is 6 of Swords. Wait, we already got 6 of Swords. I'm sorry, this is the 9 of Swords. It just has someone on a boat, so it's confusing. But the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords is about feeling trapped. And then the 9 of Swords is about, like the 8 of Swords is like someone in a blindfold surrounded by swords, like feeling mentally trapped. And then the 9 of Swords is really about insomnia, about that entrapment. It's about staying awake at night. It's about unease. It's about so I would say in the future both of you will be thinking about this quite a bit, and let's get and that the future is that you both will be thinking about each other's independence, and maybe there will be travel for both of you that opens your view of the world. Sorry, that's my stomach. And then we got King of Pentacles. I'm saying that both of you are going to succeed financially and expand your careers, and that's going to fulfill some missing confidence pieces and putting the focus both back on yourself. So that seems like it doesn't answer the question of why this person ghosted you, but I'm getting that intuitively from this reading, where we went from sort of like young love to moving on to a painful ending where people had to move on emotionally, to insomnia, and then to King of Pentacles, is that both of you are worried about your finances. Both of you are trying to build like your own empires, or you are in situations where you feel stuck, and you like, really, money is an issue here. And not only that, the King of Pentacles can, if this is a male character that or a masculine character, maybe the feminine has more of a masculine control in the relationship, which can happen. But anyway, the King of Pentacles can be about someone who is maybe thinking too much about money. Maybe maybe they saw you as a resource and you're no longer valuable, or maybe they don't, maybe they're so money minded that they see that you would be a drain, or maybe you have been a drain. Maybe they don't have resources to give you, but overall, like, resources are like a major issue, and this person doesn't, yeah, I'm getting that they feel that they don't have the resources, and they want to be sort of the king of their own castle at this time. And that may involve other people and other situations. They may be trying to make money in ways that you didn't know they were doing. And yeah, they're really in a place of logic and not in the heart chakra, even though money is so good for like grounding us and achieving our goals, and so important obviously for our life, to feed ourselves and to have shelter and transportation and clothes and all do the things we like to do and fulfill our needs. Like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the triangle, the bottom is our basic needs, and money really fulfills those needs. But I'm getting that has to be the focus for both of you. Maybe basic needs are not met in some way. I'm gonna get one last card for this reading. Oh, we already got that card. Seven of Cups. I only selected a couple of cards because I was just trying to be different in how I shuffle. So this is like choices, options, also could be fantasy overlay. Maybe we've projected upon this person, maybe they projected upon us, maybe this person is seeing someone else, maybe they have someone else in their life that you are like vaguely aware of, or you are aware of. And also you have choices. And the seven relates to Neptune, which can be about deception, foggy thinking. It can also be about creativity. So I also see the Seven of Cups as being about an experience that is, because Neptune can relate to drug use. So not that you were on drugs, but maybe the relationship, there was something about changing the state. Like maybe when you interacted, your emotional states changed. And then that was really positive for some time. Neptune is, if you have Neptune in the first house, you may have trouble knowing who you are, or Pisces sun also, or just Pisces ascendant. You may have like an identity crisis, or even Pisces decan of any of the water signs in your sun or ascendant, really, or moon, because we're in our moon signs until we're about 30. So what am I saying? I'm saying that with that Neptune drop that we got there with the Seven of Cups, I really do relate that 7 to Neptune. Sorry, that's just my dog snoring. There was a change of state, like, because Neptune can also relate to chemistry, and Pisces relates to chemistry. That's something people may not know about, but relates to water. the chemistry changed her because the states, like almost like the matter, states of matter in both of your bodies changed. Like maybe one of you did a lot of like literal body healing and the other didn't, or one of you is like doing drugs and one of you isn't, or one of you is medicated for your mental illness and one of you isn't, but somehow chemistry comes into play here. Maybe one of you has like a mental health disorder that like a personality disorder that like messes with the chemistry of your brain, their brain. But whatever the quantum entanglement that has kept you and this person together for a long time is no longer working, because so they ghosted you because they were sort of testing to see if you would react how you always have, but you reacted differently, which changed the chemical reaction. Sorry, I am a chemistry nerd. I do love chemistry. Weirdly, I was actually really good at chemistry in high school and won all these awards and could have like gone to science college, but didn't. I don't know why I'm bragging about that, but chemistry, the thing about it is there's a formula and you plug it in and then it's really easy. All you have to do is memorize the formulas. It's really about having an eidetic memory, which that is how I learn best. So it was like the easiest thing for me, because it was just like it's great for someone who learns by just like pictures. Anyway, so same with like algebra 2, you're just like plugging in things. I think I'm talking about those things because the formula is the same, but the variables have changed now. Like in terms of, I guess, just maybe quantum healing. That word quantum is coming up again in my mind. Like, you're not a match right now as like a vibrational match. And we can only share space, as Abraham Hicks would say, we can only share space with someone who is a vibrational match to us. So I don't know if that answers your question. I'm sure it was very painful that this person ghosted you, and I'm getting that they did it in a way that was like, so like you had to do a lot of mental work to like get over it, and maybe you got over it quickly, but it still was like, you had to like talk yourself out of it. Maybe you did some Tony Robbins or something, or you did some inspirational self-talk, or maybe some therapy to get over this ghosting. I know what that feels like. It's horrible. It's almost like talking into an empty well and having no response. But this person is a coward. They're a child, and they're immature emotionally. And we got the 6 of Cups. You may have known this person like in your past. Not only like that, like maybe it's a relationship that elapsed over time, but maybe you literally knew them in your past. Like maybe this is somebody from growing up, from childhood. If not, it could be somebody who maybe you grew up in the same place and didn't know it. That could be too. So there's a lot of nostalgia about a place that you share. Getting that too. Yeah. So this really deeply hurt you when they ghosted you, and I was trying to finish this early, but then Spirit or my guides were like, no, there's more. I can feel the like pain and the like almost physical pain, and heartbreak really does cause physical pain. There's been studies. But the thing is, like, I don't know why I'm thinking about how Egyptians worshipped cats. I try to really let whatever comes through when these readings come through, that they saw them as like special, like spirits that warded off demons. I think that's so interesting. And maybe this person has a cat, or maybe it's sort of like, I'm picking up on cat people versus dog people. And also maybe like, this person is fearful of like bad energy. Like maybe they tried to elicit a response from you to see if you would freak out, to say, oh, you're so crazy, which is actually reactive abuse. Yeah, I'm also seeing a peacock feather. So this person could have been someone who is very attractive, whether they're male or female, and liked to strut their stuff, as they say. And you may be someone who's more, like, I'm getting that you're also very attractive, but you're the kind of person who doesn't like that kind of attention. It makes you uncomfortable, and you may have like consistently felt objectified in your life. But also this person's confidence has been taken away in some way, and they prided themselves on their ego, and their self-confidence was really reliant upon that positive feedback from people about their appearance. And maybe they've built a career on that, or have had careers built on that. But something has changed, and they're really obsessing about that appearance factor. I don't know what it is. It could be a variety of things. It could be having to do with aging, or an accident, or something that's changed their appearance. But to you, they're still quite attractive. But that is a factor here. Their self-esteem. And the peacock, there's Buddhist stuff, I think, about like peacocks. They eat snakes, symbolizing that they take poison from the world. And then also, there's some other stories about peacocks, but I think that peacock people who have that as their symbolic, or like spirit animal or whatever, are proud people, but they're beautiful people. They're also like, I'm thinking of St. Augustine. They're like, or St. Francis of Assisi. Maybe this person is a philosopher, but St. Francis is patron saint of animals. This person may really like animals and be really, I'm picking up that with these things, this person may be well read, and like have read, or at least in some capacity have some understanding of philosophy. And they have a gentle nature, but this ghosting was like so cruel. So that's why you're surprised almost. You're like, wow, this is like so triggering. And it hit you right where it hurt. And you told them enough about yourself that they knew exactly why that would hurt you. But this person has a lot of darkness from their childhood, a lot of abandonment issues, a lot of feelings of trauma that they have a lot of resentment towards their parents for trauma that happened, that they see that the parents, they think in their mind it was allowed to happen. Anyway, I'd love for this person to get into some Caroline Myss, because once we get out of our resentment, we really are set free, and it can take many, many years. It can take a long time, and even when we think we are, we may still not be. But Caroline Myss tells this story about this man who's kidnapped. He's Native American, and he's kidnapped, I believe, by soldiers in some Native American skirmish. I'm not sure when this happened. Maybe it was like, it must have been a long time ago. Anyway, or he was at least captured by these like soldiers. It may have not been a Native American entanglement. He may have just been a Native soldier. So anyway, because I think it's more recent than like Indian wars. So anyways, this person they had him like tied up for years, and this person would like shove fish guts down his throat, and he was, for years or however long he was in captured by these people, he was like, why are they torturing me like this? And then like he got out and moved on, and then he like saw this person, or like, somehow asked them like, why did you do that to me? Like, and he was like, they wanted to kill you, and I was trying to keep you alive by giving you whatever scraps that we had, and I had to do it in the way I did because I had no time to feed you. They would have like killed us both, and I was like also hiding you. So he was saving his life by doing this, and it's like it's like such a painful story. And then this man, once he realized that, he like let go of all this resentment and was healed of this physical disease. And it's like, I'm gonna cry. Like, people hurt us, our parents. So many people are victims of child abuse, or just neglect, or had parents that were mentally ill, or had addiction, or maybe they were just really high achievers and weren't available, or emotionally unavailable. Like, no one had perfect parents. Our siblings, we all had siblings who bullied us. No one had the perfect sibling relationship. No one did. Friends, being excluded from friend groups, breakups. You know, life is so full of rejection. But I think my closing image for this reading is just, well, I saw this turtle shell, sorry, this little disjointed. My message with the Carolyn Meese thing is, if you can see how that person who hurt you may have also helped you, and similar to how when people are in addiction, they say, when they're recovering, they say, how did your addiction save you? Let's take a moment for that. So yes, this person harmed you, but them setting you free also is helping you, even though it's so painful. And knowing you both helped each other. But my final image for this reading is of a turtle shell that I saw, a turtle egg that had, not a turtle shell, a turtle egg that had hatched, and the turtle was gone, and had gone to water seemingly that night, hopefully made it to the water. But I didn't see any turtles around, so I'm pretty sure it made it. But that is amazing, because a very small percentage of sea turtles actually make it to be hatched and make it to the water and then survive. And I don't know if he survived, but that image for me, Native Americans, and right now I'm in southern Connecticut, they believed that, the Algonquin believed that, specifically the people of Sherwood Island, believed that the earth was a turtle, or that the earth was a turtle with the world on its back, or something like that, or some symbolism. The turtle represents the earth itself, and is very important for the symbolism and for the good of the tribe. And so seeing a cracked open shell means that protection is no longer needed, and you know, you've come out of a cycle where maybe you were in a holding place in this situation with this person, but making it to sea, you've made it to sea, and it may feel like really hard to let go, but just keep that image of that little turtle, just so, you know, determined and on their own, and so intuitive. I don't really think they can see very much in the first moments of life. Just making it towards the shore with no guidance, no parents, no help, no partner, just on their own. Yeah, it's a really amazing image. And also the cracked shell just means to me you're ready. Like you're ready, and your hibernation period, your period of gestation has ended, and being ghosted by this person, you may think it's really affecting you, but it would have affected you much worse in the past, and I'm really proud of you for how you're handling it. And it's much more about this person's issues than about anything else. And like that little baby turtle that made it to the water on its own, I know that you can do it. And just using your senses, your heart chakra, and your guides, your inner guide, your spirit guides, to follow you, or to guide you to water symbolizing your deepest contentment and enjoyment in life.